This is a free-form scenario where you can play the game at your own pace. Try to capture the barbarian capital or conquer 70% of the map. There'll be hints and reminders to help you as you play. The leadership of your fledgling tribe has fallen on your shoulders. The first task is to unify a new nation under your rule. You're free to build your nation at your own pace. Occasionally, you may receive advice to help keep things moving, but otherwise, it's all up to you. This is your scout. Use him to discover rare resources or locate the enemy position. Scouts are very fast and can see farther than most units, but cannot attack. You can move your scout around the map manually or click the Auto Explore button to have him explore on his own. Each city can support a maximum of 5 farms. Go ahead and build as many as you can. We need to build units to defend our nation and attack the enemy. In order to build a barracks, we need to research the first red military technology at the library. Now that you've studied the first red military technology, you can build a barracks and begin training troops to protect your nation. If you want to see more of the map, you can always zoom in and out by using the mouse wheel or pressing page up and page down on the keyboard. It is 60 AD. The Romans have conquered Brighton and collect a harsh tribute. We must remove the Romans from the lands of Brighton, lead Boadicea back to the city. Well done. You can be sure you have the right unit by looking at the name of the unit you've selected in the lower right panel. Now you can give Boadicea orders. The actions a selected unit can perform are found in the lower left panel. We can use the Move button to start Boadicea on her way back to her village. Left-clicking on the map will clear all selections. Good job. We know our next destination. Good. Now we can see our next destination on the other side of some unexplored territory. Unexplored territory is represented by dark areas on the map. Moving units. Good. We're getting closer to home. We need to find Brighton on the map. We can make our search easier by zooming out our view. Zoom out by rolling the mouse wheel backwards. Or now we have a better view to search for Brighton. Brighton is above us and a little to the right. Scroll up and a little to the right to find Brighton. We located Brighton. Our army is waiting to be led into battle. Good work. You've successfully guided Boadicea back to her village where she has rejoined her army. Now we must find our hated foe. Scroll to the bottom right to find the Roman camp. Excellent, you found the Roman camp. Now let's take a closer look at their defenses. Move the mouse over anything in the game to view help text. Now move your mouse over the Roman barracks. Notice the help text in the lower left. It says this building is used to produce... Good work, General. Apparently you don't need any help to conquer the Romans. Good luck. Congratulations, you've leveled the Roman camp, but it won't be long before they return with reinforcements. We'd best be ready. The vile Romans have launched a sneak attack against Brighton. We must go to her aid. Congratulations, you fended off the evil Romans. 800 years after Boadicea rebelled against the Romans, Britain is savaged by repeated Viking attacks. Alfred, King of Wessex, has been paying tribute to stave off the raiders. But in 878, the Vikings prepare for conquest. After a defeat, Alfred retreats to rebuild his forces and drive the Vikings away. Alfred suffers a stinging defeat when the Vikings attack Athandon. The Norsemen loot the town, and Alfred is driven back to his stronghold at Carlisle. Alfred must rebuild his forces and attempt to retake Athandon. The Vikings now control Athandon. Before we can rally the nation, we must retake that city. Our first goal is to scout the Viking position and find a route for our attack. We need to keep watch on the Viking preparations and defenses. A lookout is needed as close to the Vikings as possible. This is a good spot for the lookout, close enough to see what's happening, but not so close that they'll notice it and attack. Now we'll learn how to construct new buildings. The actions a selected citizen can perform are found in the lower left panel. Click the Build Military button to access a menu of building choices, one of which is the lookout. Select a location for your lookout by Good. Now your citizen will move to that site and begin construction. At the beginning of construction, a progress bar appears showing how long it will take to complete the building. Now we can see what's going on near the Viking position. It's time to build an army. To retake Athandon, we'll need troops, so we must build a barracks. The more citizens working on a building, when you give an order to a group, now select the Build Barracks button. Then left-click to place the barracks near the target marker. Success! Now you have a barracks where you can start mustering troops. Select your barracks. Good. With the barracks selected, a menu of units appears in the bottom left corner of the screen. For now, we're interested in the first button, Create Javelineer. Click the Good. You have ordered the barracks to create one Javelineer unit. The progress bar in the bottom right of the screen shows how long it will take to complete the Javelineers. Notice that the Javelineer unit is made up of 3 individuals. All of your foot units consist of 3 figures. We have a barracks to train foot units. Now we need to construct a siege factory to build catapults for the attack. Select your citizens. Now select Build Military in the lower left, then Build Siege Factory. Choose a location. Excellent. Your citizens are now constructing a siege factory where you can build weapons that heavily damage buildings. Success. Now let's build some siege units. Good. Now click while we wait for the first catapult. Good. Now the second catapult will be built after the first one is completed. Catapult construction takes some time, so let's build some more foot units while we wait. Select your barracks. Good. To create a force large enough for the attack, we need to build 2 more Javelineers, 2 Phalanxes, and 3 Longbowmen at the barracks. Now you've rallied a great English army. Let's start planning our attack to retake Athandon. We're going to need to look at Athandon again. Instead of scrolling over there, let's learn to use the mini-map to change our view around the world. The mini-map is at the bottom center of the screen. It shows a zoomed-out view of the entire world. If good, we can use the mini-map to quickly scout out areas before we attack. And the Vikings are on the right, in blue. Good. We can use the mini-map to quickly scout out areas before we attack. Now, good. We've learned how to change our view of the world quickly by using the mini-map. Now let's get our army ready to attack. Use the left-click drag box to select all your units near Carlisle. You've selected some of your units, but not all of them. Make sure you select all your military units. Move your troops to attack by right-clicking near Thandon. You can also select a destination using the mini-map. You've defeated all the Viking troops. Now select your units and right-click at Thandon to retake the city. You've defeated the Vikings and recaptured Thandon. Excellent work. Almost 500 years after Alfred defeats and absorbs the Vikings, Britain is a true united kingdom. With the death of the French King Charles, the crown of France should legally pass to the King of England. The French, understandably upset about this turn of events, dig up an obscure law that denies the English claim. The English decide to seize their holdings in France by force. The French resist. We are to attack the French city of Compiègne. Unfortunately, the French have discovered our intent and have rallied an army of arquebusiers, a new type of foot troop that uses gunpowder. Our army is well trained, but is outnumbered by the French troops. There is no way we can defeat them if we immediately attack the city. In their hasty preparations to defend Compiègne, the French have left the city of Amiens undefended. We should attack and capture Amiens immediately. We can gather resources there to build our army, then defeat the French at Compiègne. This is your army. Their numbers may be few, but they should be able to take Amiens easily. Select your entire army using a left-click drag box. Now attack by right-clicking Amiens. When attacking cities or other buildings, it's useful to bring along siege units like trebuchets. They specialize in damaging buildings from a distance. Good job. Amiens is now under British rule. Select the city of Amiens. While Amiens now belongs to Britain, it has to be assimilated before it is completely integrated into our nation. The display in the bottom left shows how long until Amiens is completely under our control. When you capture a city, you gain ownership of any non-military buildings near the city, but you will not be able to use them until assimilation is complete. Notice the library has changed from blue to red, indicating it is now under British control. Military buildings like the barracks and stable remain under French control, but are easier to destroy because they are stranded in your territory. The French barracks and stables are of no use to us. Have your troops destroy them. There were arquebusiers garrisoned in the French barracks. Select your units and right-click the French troops to attack. Congratulations! You defeated the French attempt to reclaim Amiens. Good. We've destroyed all the French troops and buildings around Amiens. We can focus on repairing the city and gathering resources. A few enlightened French citizens have become sympathetic to our cause and have volunteered to aid our rightful claim to the French throne. They have agreed to help us rebuild Amiens to its former glory. Good. While the citizens are repairing Amiens, let's discuss how we can gather resources to build more troops and buildings. Our resources are displayed in the upper left part of the screen. From top to bottom, they are food, timber, metal, wealth, and knowledge. The number on the left shows how much of a resource you have. You have approximately 300 food. The number on the right shows our income level of each resource. Right now, we have very little food income. To get food, we must direct our citizens to build farms. Select one of your citizens and have them build a farm. All of your citizens are busy repairing Amiens, but place the farm near your city. When the farm is complete, we get a permanent increase to our food income as long as the citizen works on the farm. Look again at the upper left, and you'll see that our food income has risen from +10 to +20. We need to get a better view of the terrain to help find good places to gather wood and metal. We can zoom out by rolling the mouse wheel backwards or pressing the page up key multiple times. Try zooming out now. Good. You can zoom in by rolling the mouse wheel forward or pressing the page down key. Feel free to zoom in and out at any time. Now let's increase our timber income. Timber comes from the woodcutters' camp, also built by citizens. Select an idle citizen and build a woodcutters' camp. Woodcutters' camps are placed near forests. They can be placed anywhere within your national borders. Trees will highlight as you place your camp. The more highlighted trees, the more timber your camp will produce. Place your woodcutters' camp now. We completed our woodcutters' camp, and now our timber income has gone from +70 to +80. Unlike the farm, the woodcutters' camp can have a number of citizens assigned to work on it. Select your woodcutters' camp. We are now gathering more timber. However, the resource readout for timber is flashing yellow. This means that some of the timber we are gathering is going to waste. This is because we are currently at our commerce cap, which represents the rate at which our nation can deal with incoming resources. We must research commerce technology at the library to increase our commerce cap. Select your library. In the lower left corner, the library shows you all technology research currently available. The red track represents military technology. The blue track represents civics technology. The green, commerce, and the yellow, science. Let's research the first green, commerce technology, barter, to increase our commerce cap. Good. Your commerce cap has been raised and your timber income has increased. Now let's learn about metal. We can start gathering metal by using a citizen to construct a mine. Find an idle citizen and have them start building a mine near the mountain. To find an idle citizen to build a mine, click the Idle Citizen button near the mini-map. An idle citizen will be selected, and you can instruct that citizen to build a mine. Mines can be built next to mountains or cliffs. Like the woodcutters' camp, mines don't need to be near a city, but they do have to be within your national borders. Place your mine next to the mountain that is to the right of Amiens. Well done! Each mountain can support one mine. The bigger the mountain, the more citizens can work at that mine. Let's train more citizens at our city and have them start gathering resources. Now let's build more citizens who can gather more resources or construct new buildings. To create 2 more citizens, select your city, then click the Create Citizen. Now notice in the top right corner of the screen that your population indicator is blinking red. The blinking indicates you have reached your current population limit, meaning that your nation cannot support any more citizens or troops. You may increase your population limit through research in the library. Select your library and click on the red military tech, the Art of War. By researching the Art of War, your nation will be able to produce more military and civilian units. Now that you have completed researching the Art of War, your population cap is increased. You are able to build a larger army. You now have more citizens to gather additional resources. Since you have plenty of timber income, assign your citizens to... Good. Feel free to build more citizens and assign them to gather more resources. We've started gathering resources. It's time to build up our army to attack Compiègne. The French still have a sizable army of gunpowder troops guarding the city. To defeat them, we'll need to exploit their dependence on their new weaponry. The French have been training only arquebusiers to defend Compiègne, so they lack a diverse set of units to defend against any kind of attack. Heavy cavalry have a decided advantage against gunpowder troops. We could build a large number of knights and press the advantage. Watch out for enemy pikemen who would make quick work of our knights. Let's build 6 knights at the stables to prepare for the attack. You can click the build buttons multiple times to queue several units. Try clicking the Knights button multiple times to fill up your queue. To support the Knights, we need to build 5 King's Longbowmen at the barracks. King's Longbowmen are unique units for the British and are extremely effective against heavy infantry like pikemen. We also need another trebuchet to assist in attacking Compiègne. Rally points have been set for your barracks, stable, and siege factory, so your newly created troops will gather just below Amiens to prepare for battle. Well done. We've built an army large enough to battle the French. It's often useful to organize your troops by selecting all of a certain type of unit. You can do this by double-clicking the type of unit you want to select. Double-click one of your knights to select all of your knights. Good job. Using this selection method enables you to give commands to all your knights. This is very useful in combat. Now practice by selecting all your King's Longbowmen using the double-click method. Good. Now select all your trebuchets. Excellent. Remember this ability. It can prove to be decisive in battle. We're now ready to attack. Select all your military units and move them near Compiègne. When they get near the city, direct your trebuchets to attack Compiègne and have your knights and archers attack the arquebusiers. The French have realized their mistake and are marching in a force of elite pikemen to defeat our knights. Our knights are vulnerable to these units and will be routed if we are not careful. Select all your knights by double-clicking them and move them back to Amiens. Once your knights are away, select all your longbowmen and have them attack the pikemen. Our unique units should make quick work of the pikemen. The French army has been routed. Now that the French army is defeated, have your troops attack Compiègne. Compiègne has been reduced. Now you need to direct your foot units to capture the city. You have taken Compiègne and defeated the French army. This is a tremendous victory for England. I have a sense that you will do great things.